Welcome back to page 121. I just wanted to share a new offering from Mongoose, the Traveler Explorers Edition. It's available now as a PDF on their website. It's a pre-order book for $25 or a PDF for $1. So I ordered the PDF. This is the PDF. I'm just going to take a quick look at what's in here, but it was $1. Okay, first off, it's written by Christopher Griffin, always a quality writing. So I was pretty excited when I saw that. And what this book does is it gives you a quick look at what it would be like to play Traveler. So this is the introduction set for Traveler. You don't get a full set of Traveler here, but you get enough to whet your appetite. And if you wanted to, you could actually play Traveler just out of this book. It's very complete as far as what you would need to play the game. It starts, of course, with the introduction, tells you about the dice rolling, and then the careers. The two careers we get in this one, we have the standard strength, dex, endurance, intelligence, education, and social standing. But the two careers we get in this one are academic, or scholar rather, and scout. So as I said, you could actually play a campaign out of this if you really wanted to. You only have two classes, but actually you could make do, if you had a campaign with 3 or 4 people, you can make do with just these two classes. So it shows how to roll the characters, the mishap and events tables, everything that you would need to make up a legitimate character for Traveler. There's nothing shortened about this, but it's a great way to introduce somebody to Traveler. So if you've been toying with making that jump to Mongoose Traveler from some of the older editions, this would be a great thing to do or to take a look at. And honestly, it's $1. Even if you are an experienced hand with Traveler, it's still worth $1. I enjoy this, that they did this. All right, we got the skills and tasks system, the effects, opposing, and then here are all the skills. So this isn't every single skill, but it's enough to play the game. And honestly, if you're an old Traveler like I am, this is more than I started out with. So I'm kind of excited that this was offered for just $1. So I'm going to go through, I'm not going to bother with any of the actual details in the book. I'm just going to show what's in the book. We come down to the combat, and this is straight up Traveler combat. It's missing a couple of the nuances of the bigger books, but that's the point. This is a Traveler light version. You're not supposed to get everything in here. This is supposed to make you want to buy the whole thing. So coming down through combat, through melee combat, now encounters and dangers. They go into diseases, poisons, radiation. We didn't have this stuff when I started playing Traveler. This is just outstanding. You can get this for $1. I'm sorry, it's the old Traveler in me, because I remember being excited when the JTAS came out with exotic environments. The Journal of Traveler's Aid Society, came out with an exotic environments, and we actually had some detailed rules on how to deal with that stuff. We had to wing a lot of that stuff based on comic books, reading, movies, and even at that, science fiction movies in the early 80s, they weren't that easy to come by. So now we come down to equipment. This is pretty clever the way they did this. Each piece of equipment, here's your armor, 1 page. Augments, 1 page. But they have the wafer jack in there. So it's enough to really get you interested without giving away too much. Communications, 1 page. Computers and software. You got 2 pages on that one. Medical and care supplies. So it was enough to get you going, or it is enough to get you going, but it's not so much that you won't buy the other books. I like that. This is an intro, a gateway product, if you will. This would be a great thing, too, if you have people you're trying to talk into Traveler. Give them $1. Tell them to download the thing and go through it. And then you can sit down and do your session 0 if that's how you choose to run Traveler. Or, as I often do, I'll just have the characters prepped. My players don't find rolling for characters to be enough to warrant a whole session. The exception of that being my sons. My older son has played Traveler. My younger son, actually because of his school schedule and everything else, hasn't really been involved in my Traveler campaign. We're hoping to do a session 0 where they roll up their characters, and we may do those with the original Traveler rules just to show that, yeah, you can die in character generation, but that's a future video. So here we go to sensors. survival gear and supplies, toolkits, weapons, but again, just enough to kind of tease. Here's some slug weapons and energy weapons. By no means an exhaustive list, but look at that. There's the Gauss pistol and Gauss rifle. If you're like me, you look for your Gauss weapons. I love a Gauss weapon. Nice little artwork. I like the artwork in Current Traveler, by the way. And now spacecraft operations. This is everything you need. And again, this is way more than we started with. Back in the early 80s, you didn't have a lot of this kind of stuff. Here's about jumps, jump travel, missed jumps. Pretty much everything you're going to need to indoctrinate somebody in Traveler is in this book. I love that Type S Scout there. So sensor types, ships, computers, space combat. You can play the full spread of the game. Not all the subtlety, but the full spread with just this supplement. There's a nice air raft. Who doesn't love go to air raft in Traveler? And now we come to something that absolutely blew me away. A Type S Scout Courier, full details, and deck plan. This is $1. This is really cool. World and universe creation. All the basic nuts and bolts you need to create worlds, universes, sectors, subsectors in Traveler. Star mapping, gas giant, all the stuff you would need in this one little book. There we go. Population, the law levels, law and travelers, sentencing, the starport. Again, information we just did not have. Judges Guild was one of the first things I saw with starports. Tech levels, the bases, and then we get the index and there's the back of the book for $1. So it's available on Mongoose's website, Mongoose Publishing, or it's available, I'm going to go back to the cover, or it's available at DriveThruRPG. Either one's $1. I'll put a link to both in the description below. If you are looking, you've been on the fence, you're not sure you want to get into Mongoose Traveler, this is a great way to take a look at it and see if it's for you. If you have players who've been on the fence, right now my group consists of 5 of us. For $5, I could get each of them a download of this thing. So it's completely worth it. It's a quick read, but it's a good read. And of course, once you've read through it, you have to go back and really digest everything that's in here. So just a quick look at this today. It's out, as far as I know, it's brand new today. It's out on both sites, the Mongoose and DriveThruRPG, for $1. And the pre-order, I didn't actually see when the pre-order is going to be out, when the actual physical book is going to be out. Physical book is $25. So just a little recommendation from me for the Traveler Explorers Edition by Christopher Griffin. Absolutely worth $1. Actually, probably worth $25 if you're just getting into Traveler and you want that hardcover book. It might be worth the full $25 for you as well. So that's it for today from page 121. Thanks for watching. If you like what you heard and saw, please like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.